20 people try to kill me every week. I end up getting high with half of them.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 hardest to kill cartoon characters.
Oh my god, we killed Kenny. We killed Kenny? We killed Kenny, we're bastards.
For this list, we'll be looking at powerful, persistent, and lucky characters that constantly cheat death. We'll include those that come back to life and the ones that never die. However, we'll be saving anime and superheroes for lists of their own. Is there a death-defying character we forgot to mention? Let us know in the comments. Number 20. Spongebob Squarepants. Spongebob Squarepants. Your first thought when you think of Spongebob Squarepants probably isn't that he's impossible to kill. But when you look back at the series, he seems to have abilities that put him a step above most residents of Bikini Bottom.
Gary! There's a bomb strapped to my chest! It's gonna explode in 3 seconds unless you take a bath! Please?
Thanks to his resistant and spongy body, even big tormentors can't hurt the fry cook at all. He can also regenerate lost limbs within seconds without effort. And when competitors tried to cause him harm in the Demolition Derby, it was SpongeBob who nearly took them all out without even realizing it. The character's natural abilities and random nature make him extremely hard to stop. He's not just a sponge, he's a pure force of nature. Number 19. Everyone. C-Lab 2021.
What about the league? Oh, Quinn will save us. Quinn always saves us. Stupid rocket. Damn!
The C-Lab crew of C-Lab 2021 seem to always find themselves unscathed from every devastating event imaginable. In pretty much every episode, the crew of the highly expensive underwater station end face-to-face with certain death. And yet, no matter how many times a character dies, and spoiler alert, it's a lot, they always end up perfectly okay in the next episode. Seriously, they could get run over, blown up, or eaten by sharks. Nothing matters because nothing really sticks for long. While you can chalk this up to the show's lack of continuity, it's also possible the C-Lab has some special ability to revive everyone in the crew at will. Number 18. Popeye. Popeye the Sailor. Normal people just get important nutrients from spinach, but for Popeye, it's an entirely different story.
I regret that there's only one way to stop that skunk marine.
On many occasions, Popeye the Sailor Man has shown us that he's capable of extraordinary feats once he eats the leafy vegetable. The plant vastly enhances his strength and durability in an instant. Equipped with only a can-do attitude and a can of spinach, Popeye can fight off entire submarines, hurl enemies into orbit, and deliver bone-shattering punches. Since the vegetable works pretty instantaneously, he can come back from the brink of death before you can blink. Unless an opponent can find a way to completely rid the world of spinach, it's unlikely they can permanently take the wind out of Popeye's sails.
You see, safe and sound.
Number 17. Everyone. Happy Tree Friends. Try not to judge this book by its cover. If you look at the illustrations of Happy Tree Friends, you might assume it's a kid-friendly show, but it's much more like a cartoon version of Final Destination. This grisly, gory, hyper-violent cartoon sees the Happy Tree Friends dying off in extremely messed up ways every episode. Their causes of death range from being hit by buses to being squashed by the moon itself. No matter how much suffering the characters endure in one episode, they're pretty much good as new in the next episode. Virtually no one stays dead for long. It's hard to tell if they're happy or sad about their seeming immortality. Number 16. Sterling Archer. Archer. A lot of the characters on Archer get grievously injured. Barry Dillon even gets rebuilt into a cyborg.
How are you not dead?
Because the Russians turned me into the unholy abomination of metal fused with flesh which now stands before you.
But lead character Sterling Archer is very injury prone. Over the course of the show, he's been shot, stabbed in the back, thrown out of cars, and so much more. Honestly, it'd be easier just to say what he hasn't gotten injured from.
I seriously wouldn't do that.
Yeah, because you're not awesome.
Oh, and what fresh hell is this?
Whatever it is, they can handle it.
Despite his many injuries, some of which he accidentally gave to himself, he always survives. We don't really know what Sterling's secret to cheating death is, but we do know his stubborn refusal to die makes him a challenge to enemies.
Wait, stop! Stop! Do you hear that?
Hear what?
That crunching noise?
Number 15, Bill Cipher, Gravity Falls. Who knew floating triangles could be so dangerous? In Gravity Falls, Bill Cipher proves to be one of Dipper and Mabel's most powerful threats. He'll completely annihilate you without breaking a sweat and crack a joke while it happens. Even in a limited form, this reality-altering demon can get inside your head and wreak pure chaos.
Do you have any idea what I'm like?
When I'm mad?
He's not just a spooky ghost that can possess you. In his true form, there's virtually no limits to his power. He can reshape space, time, and the universe around him like it's nothing. Bill's one enemy you're better off running away from than trying to fight.
Oh wow, that's a great offer! How about instead I shuffle the functions of every hole in your face?
Number 14, Uncle Grandpa. Uncle Grandpa.
Here you go, honey.
Given how eccentric and annoying Uncle Grandpa can be, he's sure to have a ton of enemies. But good luck trying to get to him. Uncle Grandpa's magical abilities make him nigh invulnerable. It might have something to do with that magical fanny pack of his he always carries around. But either way, Uncle Grandpa's practically omnipotent. He can clone himself, travel across time, and even have his limbs separate from him and act on their own. He also happens to be the uncle and grandpa of all of us, which isn't a power but is pretty impressive. It really doesn't seem like anyone can stop Uncle Grandpa from having a good morning.
Check out what I can do with mine.
Number 13, Rigby, Regular Show. Rigby's faced down death so much that we should probably give him a medal for it. The raccoon co-protagonist of Regular Show has always found a way to return from certain doom. For him, dying doesn't seem to be too difficult, but staying dead's always a different story.
I'll kill you! Rigby!
Think about it. Rigby's died multiple times, and yet he's still here. It's pretty impressive too when you consider that Rigby doesn't really have any superpowers or enhanced abilities. As far as we know, he's just a normal raccoon that routinely defies death. His ability to avoid the Reaper makes him one of the most unexpectedly tough characters in the universe.
Listen, Rigby, sorry for, killing you back there. It was unprofessional.
Huh? You know what? Water under the bridge.
If Rigby works at it, he might be as powerful and formidable as Pops one day. Number 12, Carl Brutanidalewski, Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
This is a big deal! It's a very big deal! What is this?
While many characters from this series, including the titular trio of food products, might be worthy of mention for this list, we have to give credit to their neighbor Carl.
Oh, my hip!
A bad-tempered schlub of a man, Carl is not on our list for any particular ability to stave off death. Rather, the opposite, in fact. The perennially unlucky guy dies dozens of times over the course of Aqua Teen's run, and almost always in a graphically violent and painful way, including being eaten alive, crushed, frozen, shot, and a host of others. We doubt Carl has any memory of these, otherwise he'd have moved away.
I'm not gonna get humped by a giant red gorilla in space, okay? No thank you.
Number 11, Bugs Bunny, Looney Tunes.
What's up, Doc?
As a main character of the Looney Tunes franchise, Bugs Bunny doesn't let anybody stop him from doing what he wants. Sure, Elmer Fudd's routinely tried to hunt him down, but he never wins. That's because Bugs is always able to get the drop on him pretty much no matter what. Seemingly nothing can keep Bugs Bunny down for long.
All right now, you wise guy, dance!
Between his wits and talent for escapes, Bugs is nigh impossible to catch. He can pretty much evade anybody that tries to get on his tail. Rivals like Yosemite Sam and Elmer Fudd know all too well that this is no regular rabbit. While they've made plenty of attempts over the decades, all they learned was that bugs will always find ways to hop away.
Adios! Have a nice trip! Bon voyage! Farewell to thee!
Number 10. Peter Griffin, Family Guy.
Peter, sweetheart, how do you feel?
Had better days, Lois.
The protagonist of the show and the Griffin family patriarch, Peter Griffin has received a huge amount of punishment over the years.
Okay, go! Ow! 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 Ow!
The dopey and reckless man engages in plenty of dangerous behavior that has seen him have a stroke, his spine distended, die repeatedly, get into epic battles with a giant chicken, not to mention his repeated knee injuries.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
Peter's ability to survive such punishments can mostly be attributed to the fact that most of Family Guy's events revert to the status quo, though he does demonstrate unexpected skill in a fight.
Number 9. Steven Universe. Steven Quart's Universe is the main character of the hit show Steven Universe. Although he doesn't like fighting, his natural abilities make him into an extremely dangerous warrior. As a human gem hybrid, he can shapeshift, float, and demonstrate incredible super strength. His defense is also impressive. As part of Steven's extensive power set, he can generate powerful barriers that are hard to break through. And since his powers seem to grow as he ages, there's no telling how powerful he'll get. The universe should consider themselves very lucky that Steven is content hanging with friends on Earth instead of conquering the galaxy.
You're right, Jasper. I have been holding back.
Number 8. Aku, Samurai Jack. A cold, calculating, and demonic villain, Aku has been the bane of Samurai Jack's entire existence. It probably has something to do with the fact that he sent Samurai Jack flying through time. Just a guess, though.
There is no future for you, Aku.
I disagree.
What trickery is this?
Aku is able to shapeshift, regenerate, and tap into dark magic. Although many have tried, few have succeeded in taking down this shadowy beast. Only a select few weapons can even hurt him. Even if he's sliced up, he comes back at full strength if just the tiniest bit of him remains. And as Jack learned, he can send you into the future and just keep the past for himself. It's no wonder Jack nearly lost his mind trying to end Aku for good. Number 7. Brock Samson, The Venture Brothers.
O God the Lord, the strength of my salvation, thou hast covered my head in the day of battle.
The Venture family's hyper-macho bodyguard Brock Samson is more than just a protector to the danger-prone clan.
Hello, Brock. Was wondering when you'd show up.
He's also a veritable one-man army. Possessing outlandish skill in hand-to-hand combat, and even dismissing guns as being too girly, Brock regularly takes on hordes of henchmen, monsters, and skilled assassins with ease. He also displays impressive endurance, as he's able to survive things like being filled with tranquilizer darts, a robot's head being lodged in his chest, and even the vacuum of space. Only the most skilled or powerful people in his fictional world can even prove a challenge to Brock, and considering what he's up against, that's saying something.
You get the boys. I'll take care of these guys.
Are you sure? There's an awful lot of them.
They hit me with a truck.
Number 6. Hans Moleman, The Simpsons.
Excuse me, I'd like to request $17 for a push broom rebristling.
Springfield has a number of durable residents, but one of the more surprisingly resilient is Hans Moleman.
Oh, rats.
A feeble, nearsighted, and possibly elderly man, Moleman receives a variety of awful and seemingly fatal injuries over the course of the series. Whether he's being forced off the road, blown up, being set on fire, suffocated, getting his skull mutilated by a power drill,
oh no, my brains,
executed at the local jail, or just hit in the groin by a football, Moleman can take it all, and reappear unscathed. What is sad sack, though?
Why, it's that delightful TV leprechaun.
Number 5. Rick Sanchez, Rick and Morty.
All right, Mr. Comedy Man, you don't have to bust my balls, you're not helping things.
The misanthropic genius scientist who makes up one half of the titular duo.
Rick Sanchez is a grouchy, amoral person with a heavy reliance on alcohol and alien substances. But his brilliance is such that he's basically invincible.
Rick may not always have a plan and he's rarely sober, but even when he's impaired or improvising, he's able to outwit or kill alien supervillains, galactic governments, and even alternate versions of himself. As he's constantly proven though, Rick is most dangerous to himself and his self-destructive behavior could very well be his only weakness.
Part of me wanted to, Toxic Morty. Part of me really wanted to.
Number 4. Waspinator, Beast Wars, Transformers. The Transformers franchise has seen many characters resurrect multiple times, like the heroic Optimus Prime or the treacherous Starscream. However, if there's one Transformer who's absolutely unkillable, it's the incredibly unfortunate Waspinator. A Wasp transforming scout or a grunt in the Predacon faction, Waspinator may be lacking in intelligence and skills, but his endurance is otherworldly.
Waspinator just lie here and suffer.
The poor bot can't seem to catch a break, as he's constantly destroyed and rebuilt throughout the show's run, to the point where it's a running gag. The universe may seem to be out to get Waspinator, but his suffering only makes him more endearing.
I love that guy.
Number 3. Tom and Jerry, Tom and Jerry franchise. A cat and mouse perennially engaged in a game of, well, you know, Tom and Jerry are both worthy of a shared spot on our list. Tom, as the pursuer, frequently receives outrageous cartoon punishments and injuries for his attempts to catch and eat Jerry. Jerry, meanwhile, proves supernaturally elusive to Tom, able to elude, fight, or luck his way out of many sticky situations. Together, they each embody our criteria well, even if neither quite stands out enough to put them in our top 2. Number 2. Kenny McCormick, South Park.
I'm tired, guys. Think I'm gonna go to bed.
An 8-year-old boy almost always ensconced within an orange parka, Kenny McCormick has probably died more than all the other entries on our list combined.
The family's entitled to the rest of this.
What, Kenny? He dies all the time!
A running gag especially prominent in the early seasons of South Park saw Kenny die every episode, usually in a needlessly violent way.
Oh my god, we killed Kenny. We killed Kenny? We killed Kenny, we're bastards.
Although this has been phased out over time, Kenny still dies every now and again, and returns completely fine the next episode. One major storyline reveals that every time Kenny dies, he is literally reborn the next day, making him essentially immortal, possibly because of Cthulhu.
Nobody even remembers me dying. I go to school the next day, and everyone is just like, oh, hey, Kenny. Even if they had seen me get decapitated with their own eyes.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Roadrunner, the Looney Tunes franchise. Although Wile E. Coyote's resilience is impressive too, we don't know how he survives everything he goes through. We had to give our top spot to his elusive prey, Roadrunner. A fleet-footed bird of few words, the Roadrunner, despite the countless dangerous gadgets and clever tricks tried by Wile E., always manages to escape. While you could chalk up his getting away to his pursuer's incompetence, you'd think that after all the things Wile E. has tried, at least one of them would have worked by now.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.